So these two things are the only two ideas that you need to be successful in whatever endeavor that you decide to partake on, right? Number one is resilience, right? You'll see the statistics on almost any sort of entrepreneurial endeavor, even from the gym, even just anything really in life, right? Let's say we go for the entrepreneurial side first, right? The amount of people that quit making YouTube videos or quit trading, right? There's statistics out there, you'll be able to find them. The funniest statistic in trading, right, is that 90% of traders fail and let's say only 10% of traders make it. But if you start to look at how many people quit in their first year, it starts to make sense, right, why these numbers are like that. And even if you look at any other entrepreneurial endeavor, you'll see that across the board, right? Even think about the gym, for example, right? How many people start the gym, New Year's, pumped up, excited, to find themselves 20 days later not even going anymore, yeah? So a lot of the times with these endeavors that people decide to go on, if they want to build muscle or like I said, if they want to be good at entrepreneurship, a lot of the time it's just they don't have the grit in the game to carry on. And another point to that, right? They're not around long enough to figure out what they need to do, right? So like, for example, I've been in the trading industry for a very long time. If I didn't stay in it as long as I have done, right, I wouldn't know what made a successful trader. I wouldn't know what's important in this game, right? I wouldn't understand it. When my perception when I first started trading, my perception now is totally different, yeah? But if you don't have grit in the game and you haven't been in this industry long enough, you're not going to know the ins and outs of the industry, and it takes time to understand that, yeah? So the second point is course correction, okay? So number one, consistency is really important. That resilience to carry on, to keep doing the same thing over and over again is stupidly important. But if you're not learning from the mistakes, there's no point making the mistakes in the first place, yeah? So course correction is basically all about, let's say you've, let's just do YouTube, for example. So let's say you've made 30 videos now, right? So you've done the consistency, you've got better at making YouTube videos, okay? Now you need to look at what do you do well, what do you do shit, what do you need to improve on, okay? And then start to make changes. And that's what I mean by course correction. So a lot of people, even in trading as well, they'll just do the same thing over and over and over and over and over, but there's no results in consistency without course correction, okay? So let's say in trading, for example, I talked about this in a prior video as well, just showing up to the chart isn't gonna make you successful, right? You need to do intentional work. You need to be intentional with what you're deciding to do on a chart, yeah? Same with making videos, for example. You need to be intentional with what you're trying to do. What are you trying to achieve? What is it that you can do to make the next video, the next trade better, for example? So I'm gonna wrap it up there, right? Just be sure whenever you're going ahead and doing something is make sure you are intentional, right? Make sure you're coachable. Make sure you're coachable to yourself. If you tell yourself, look, you need to work on this, you need to work on that, then be humble enough to follow your own advice, okay? So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.